morning students. Let's see the continuity of organic chemistry. We call it is general organic chemistry. In that today in IUPAC names, rule number 5, okay, and functional group table. This is the topic today. So rule number 5 in IUPAC names. IUPAC rule number 4 already we discussed about that. Lowest locant sum rule. Okay. Now it is first point of difference. First point of difference, that rule is first point of difference. What is first point of difference? Listen carefully. The attention. When length of the carbon chain, when length of the parent or main chain of the compound is long, that means long chain, then the set of locants means position of substituents at main carbon chain, set of locants then the numbering is done. Then the set of locants which has lowest locant number at first point of difference, even if it violate the lowest locant sum rule, is called first point of difference rule. So when the length of the parent or main chain of the compound is long, then the numbering is done. The set of locant which has lowest locant number set of locant which has lowest locant number at first point of difference even if it is violate the lowest locant sum rule. Already we discussed about this lowest locant sum rule is called first point of difference. Okay, so this meaning I will explain here. Let's see what is first point of difference. So when we use this rule in the case of long chain, the number of carbon atoms in the main chain is so much, then we consider this kind of rule, that is first point of difference rule. What is that first point of difference rule here? Write this definition. Okay, so in the case of long chain, how can we proceed the nomenclature of a given organic compound? Let us see an example. CH3, CH2, CH3, CH2, CH2, count it, how many carbons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Clear? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 carbons are there in the main chain, am I right? So here it is CH3 taken as CH3 group, methyl group. You know CH3 is called as methyl group. So now this is the longest chain, am I right? This is the longest chain, student. Clear? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Clear? 10 carbons in the longest chain. Now what about this one? This is substituent. Okay. Now here it is substituent. Clear? It is also substituent. These two are the substituent here. Now in which direction we follow the numbering? This is left hand side, this is right hand side, am I right? Left hand and right hand side. So this is right hand side and this is left hand side. Okay, suppose now in the left hand direction, this is the first carbon, second carbon, and this is third carbon, fourth carbon, fifth carbon, sixth carbon, seventh carbon, eighth, ninth, 10th one. So in the right to left, this is the first carbon, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, 9, 10. Am I right? According to first rule, we have to select the longest carbon chain. Okay. Now, how we can give the numbering to this longest chain, either left to right or right to left. So let us check it. Lowest locant sum rule here. Suppose lowest locant sum rule, according to lowest locant sum rule. Okay. So what are the locant? Left to right locants. Left to right locants, that means position of the substituents in this direction. What is the position of this one? Methyl group at third carbon in this direction. So one is 3, another one is at 9th, am I right? That is 9th. Now sum is, locant sum is 3 plus 9, how it is 12. Locant sum, lowest locant sum is 12 here in this direction. So let us take right to left here, in the right to left. So locants are, what are the locants here? Locants in this direction, students. So now in this direction it is at 2, am I right? Methyl group at 2 in this direction. And here methyl group at 8, am I right? 8th one. So 2 comma 8. Now sum of the locants, 2 plus 8, how much? 10, am I right? 10. So which one is the least one? This is the least one. So this right to left numbering is correct one. Therefore, right to left numbering is correct, am I right? According to fourth rule, lowest locant rule is fourth rule. Lowest locant sum rule, fourth rule. Okay. So this means it is wrong. Why? Because it is at third carbon. at 9, 3 plus 9, 12. But in this direction it is at 2 second carbon and it is at 8th carbon. So 2 plus 8 10. So list some value. So now this is the correct method, left to right. Okay. It satisfied here lowest locate sum rule. But it is very long chain, am I right? But in the long chain, that means 10 carbons, 11 like that. Okay. In that particular case, we have to follow this rule, first point of difference rule. First point of difference rule means, so let us compare both sides here. This is the substituent, am I right? This is the first carbon in this direction. In this direction, what is the locant position from this to this? Now substituent from here and here, what is the locant position here? Here locant is 3. Locant is 3 from this carbon. Here to here, the methyl group at third carbon. Locant is third from here to here. And compare here. Here the substituent in this direction. From here the substituent present at second carbon. That means locant 2, am I right? The methyl group at 2 carbon. So which is very close to the first carbon? 1, 2. Here the methyl group at second carbon from right to left in this direction. The substituent from the first carbon is very near, am I right? Very near. So why? Because it is at second carbon. But in the left to right, the substituent from the first carbon, it is so far, am I right? It is at third carbon in this direction. Is it clear? We have to follow this one. That is called first point of difference. If the substituent is very close to the first carbon, we have to follow from that side. We give the numbering from that side. So right to left is correct method here. Right to left method is correct. Okay. So left to right method is wrong. Why? Because the substituent from the carbon is very so far. Okay. But here we compare this one. The substituent from this carbon from 1 in this direction. It is at second carbon only. It is very near, am I right? This is called first point of difference. Clear, students? So in this case, it is also follow the lowest locant sum rule. Lowest locant rule from right to left, am I right? Right to left. It follow the lowest locant sum rule and also first point of difference. In the long case, mainly we prefer first point of difference right here. In the given example, it is a long chain. It follow first point of difference from right to left, am I right? Right to left. So we give the numbering. We give the numbering from right to left. That is the correct one. Not left to right. Okay. And also according to lowest locant sum rule, that is rule number 4, lowest locant from right to left is 10, that is least. Compare with left to right, that is 12. So numbering is done from right to left. Okay, here first point of difference is the main important. It may follow lowest locant sum rule or not, may or may not be, so not necessary in this longest case. Okay, I will write it here. Note, in the case of long chains, rule number 4, that is lowest locant sum rule, may be violated. That means against this may or may not be followed. Okay, may not be followed. Violated means it is against. So this first point of difference is against to. In some cases, for lowest locant sum rule, it may not be followed. Remember this. So it must be. We must follow this rule in the case of long chain. So we must follow. We must violated means it is against sometime in the case of long chain. Remember this. We must follow first point of difference rule in the case of long chain compounds. Okay, that is very important. I will explain with example. This one is also okay. In the case of long chain, we mostly follow first point of difference. Okay, then rule number 4. But in the above example, both are follow. But in the some cases, we mostly consider first point of difference in the case of long chain. We violate the lowest sum rule also. Let's see the example. Count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. This is CH3. Okay. What is the number of carbon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So number of carbons here 10 carbons. This is considered as longest carbon chain, students. Clear up to? This is the longest carbon chain. Why? Because it consists 10 carbons. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you should need to check the tetravalency of carbon. Carbon always with 4 bonds. Let us see here this carbon, 1 bond, 1 bond, 1 bond, 3 bonds, and 4th bond with this hydrogen. Clear? So here it is CH2Y, 1 bond, 1 bond, 2 bonds with 2 hydrogen. Remember that. Okay. So now my point is the numbering is here from left to right or right to left. Which one? So let's see. Suppose left to right. Give the number 1, 2, 3. This is 4th carbon. This is 5th carbon. 6th one, 7th, 8th, 9th one, 10 carbon. Left to right, and here right to left. This first carbon, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Remember this, right to left. Okay. Now lowest locant sum rule, that is rule number 4, in left to right locant positions subtend at third carbon in this direction 3, and here it is 4, and here it is at 9, am I right? 9 substituents in the left to right, says that third carbon, says that fourth carbon, says that ninth carbon. Clear? So now sum, locant sum 3 plus 4 plus 9. How much it is? 7. 4 plus 3, 7. 7 plus 9, 16. Ma? Clear? 16. So from left to right, this is right to left. Now locants are locants from right to left. It is 2, am I right? 2. And it is 7, am I right? Says that 7th carbon in this direction. Clear? Are you following or not? This CH3 in this direction at 7th carbon. So now locant is 7, and here it is, and also at 8, am I right? Now sum of the locants. Sum of the locants 2 plus 7 plus 8. 15 plus 2, 17, am I right? 17. 17. From left to right it is 16, from right to left it is 17. I think expecting we follow least locant sum rule. 16th, am I right? 16. That means left to right, am I right? Are you following or not? According to lowest locant rule, 16 is the least value, then 17. Is it clear or not? Say one second. So here it is 2 methyl group, and here it is 7. 2 plus 7, 9. 9 plus 8, 17. Clear? Okay. Here it is 3 plus 4, 7. 7 plus 9, 16. Clear? I think we follow this one, am I right? We are expecting this in this case. It is a long chain. I think left to right. I think here we think that left to right, that is lowest locant sum is 16. We think that left to right is correct, am I right? Correct. So numbering is done. Numbering is done from left to right, student. I think we are expecting this according to lowest locant sum rule. Okay, correct. But here it is wrong. In this case, here lowest locant rule is failed. Why? According to it is long chain, we must call first point of difference. According to first point of difference, from this is first carbon, and it is here the first substituent from this carbon at third carbon. So some 4 distance is there. But here from right to left, the substituent is very near to this first carbon, am I right? This is first carbon, second carbon. The substituent is here at second carbon. From right to left, this is right, left to right, am I right? Left to right. The substituent at third carbon. So it is very far from the first carbon, am I right? When we move from right to left, the substituent, this is the substituent from the first carbon very near, am I right? Very near. So we follow according to first point of difference, the substituent must very close to the first carbon, very close to the first carbon. So we follow right to left method according to first point of difference, not left to right. According to lowest locant sum rule, we are expecting left to right is correct, but in this case we violate this rule also. That means we overcome this rule. We can cite this rule. Okay, we don't consider this rule in this case. Against this rule, we can follow the first point of difference rule. First point of difference rule in the case of long chain. In the case of long chain. So according to first point of difference rule, so from the first carbon the substituent is very far from the left to right direction at a third carbon. Okay, from right to left the substituent is only at second carbon, so very close to the first carbon, so we can follow this. So note it down here. So according to first point of difference rule, from right to left, the substituent CH3 at second carbon, so very near to first carbon, okay, but from left to right CH3, that means the substituent at third carbon, it is far from first carbon from left to right. So we follow right to left is correct numbering method. Correct numbering. Okay, correct numbering method. Okay, so in this case, we violate the lowest locant sum rule. Lowest locant sum rule. We don't consider lowest locant sum rule. Why? Because according to lowest locant sum rule, which is least value 16, that is left to right is correct. But in this case, in the case of long chain, we follow the first point of difference. According to first point of difference, we consider this distance from first carbon to substituent. So which one has the least distance here? This one is. So we follow this method is correct. So the numbering is in this case. Is it clear, students? So here the numbering method is CH3, CH2, CH3, CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3, CH3. Count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 carbons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This method is correct one. 1 to 10 like this. Don't give the number from left to right. Okay. So these are the substituents. Why? Because it is very far from the first carbon, this carbon to this carbon. But it is very near from here. 1 to second carbon we get substituent. Okay, what we call it is substituents. Methyl group. CH3 is called as methyl group. Already we discussed about this. Okay. Did you get the clarity about this one? Okay. So very important. In this case we may confuse here. Okay. Clear? So in the case of first point of difference, in some case, some examples, lowest locant sum rule are violated. That means it cannot follow. These are the 5 rules, very important to give the names to the organic compounds. Remember that. Next, functional group table. Okay, functional group table. So serial number and classification of compounds, secondary prefix, what we call it is secondary substituent, what we call it is secondary prefix is also called as substituent, am I right? And it is secondary grade functional group also we call, already we discussed functional group, okay? And secondary suffix we call it is main functional group, main functional group. And example regarding this example, related example, okay? So serial number 1 in this classification of compounds, right here it is. Classification of compounds, okay? Secondary prefix, that means we call it is substituent, and secondary grade functional group, okay? Here it is secondary suffix, that means main functional group, okay? So let's see here in serial number 1, the first we consider here halides compounds, halides related to halogens. Halides, here we denote halogens are X, where X means fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. Remember this, iodine, most important halogens, where F is equals fluorine, Cl means chlorine, Br means bromine, iodine, okay? Halides means fluoride, chloride, bromide, iodine, okay? When X means, remember this, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodide, fluoride, chloride, bromide, iodide, right? Suppose F minus is there, we call it is fluoride. Cl minus, we call it is chloride. Br minus, bromide. I minus, iodide. Clear, students? Iodide, okay? Here the compound which consists these halogen atoms we call halides. The compounds which consist these halogen atoms we call it is halides, okay? Remember this. Clear? Now if halogen atom is present in the compound, okay, then secondary prefix, already I gave the order, primary prefix, secondary prefix, root word, primary suffix, secondary suffix, okay, and primary prefix or we call it is substituent or secondary grade functional group, okay. So these are present in the compound, then we call it is Halogen. So halo, we pronounce it that halo. So there is no secondary suffix. So halogens always act as substituents only. Remember this. Halogens always secondary prefix only, not a secondary suffix. Remember this, very important. Okay. If halogens are secondary prefix, they act as secondary prefix, then what we call it is halo. Okay. Suppose for fluorine is there as substituent in the compound. In the main chain, fluorine is there as substituent. Then we call it is fluoro. Chlorine is there, we call it is chloro. Bromine is there, we call it is bromo. Iodine is there, we call it is iodo. Remember this. When fluorine, chlorine, bromine act as substituents on the main chain, fluorine is there, then what we call it is fluorine act as secondary prefix. In this case we name as fluoro, chloro, bromo, iodo. Let's see the example regarding. There is no secondary prefix, secondary suffix. Secondary suffix means it is only principal functional group. Already I gave the functional group priority order also. Carboxylic acids, cyanides, aldehydes, ketones, alcohols, amines, ethers, double bond, triple bond, nitro, phenyl and halogens. Okay, always act as substituents only. Substituents means, students, secondary prefix. Is it clear up to? So let's see. So there is no secondary prefix. Let's see the example regarding this. CH3 example and IUPAC names. IUPAC names. For example, CH3, CH2, CHCl, CH3. This is the compound. First, according to now I am going to give the name of this compound according to IUPAC name rules. We discussed about 5 rules. First, have to select longest chain, then substituent guessed first priority to get the name. Okay, lowest locant rule. Okay, if third rule, if 2 carbons are with the same length, we prefer most branched chain as parent chain. The lowest locant rule, according to that rule, the substituent gets first priority. Okay, and fourth rule, lowest locant sum rule, when we use it is, so more number of substituents are present, then we follow that lowest locant sum rule. And fifth rule, first point of difference rule, in that which case we use, so we use that in the case of long chain hydrocarbon. Okay, remember that those are the 5 rules, are very useful to give the names to the organic compounds here. Okay, listen. So now this is the compound which consists halo, am I right? Chlorine. Chlorine is there halogen or not? Halogen. Chlorine is there. First, you have to select longest chain. So what is the longest chain? This is the longest chain. Students, clear? This is the longest chain here, am I right? This is the longest chain. First rule is done. Next, come to second rule. Second rule. So, is there any another long chain like this which consists of 4 carbons here? Only single parent hydrocarbon chain which consists of 4 carbons in that. Okay, so only single carbon chain is there. Okay, so according to second rule, there is another longest, there is no another longest carbon chain. Okay, no need bother about second rule here. Okay, don't consider. Why? Because there is no another carbon chain with 4 other carbon. Okay, so single carbon chain. Next, come to third rule. What is the third rule, students, here? Third rule is substituents gets first priority. Let's see here. Let's see. Where chlorine is a substituent, am I right? Secondary prefix. Halogen always secondary prefix only, not secondary suffix, not a functional group. It is not a principal functional group, not a main functional. So it is substituent, clear? Now substituent get first priority in the numbering. So in the numbering means now it is left to right or right to left. So from left to right, this is first carbon, second carbon, third, fourth. From right to left, first carbon, second, third, fourth carbon. So in which case the substituent gets least locant, right to left or left to right or right to left. So in this case the substituent chlorine gets left to right, third carbon. So right to left the chlorine on second carbon. So here the chlorine need to get least locant number. So that means left to right is wrong and right to left is the correct method. Am I right? Correct method means the chlorine gets least number here on the second carbon in this direction, but in this direction the chlorine at third carbon. Chlorine become at third carbon. So that is wrong. So substituent must get least possible number. Okay? Least locant number. So now which method is correct here to give the IUPAC name? CH3, CH2, CH, Cl, CH3. So now the numbering is done from right to left. That means first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon. So this method is correct one. Okay. Now write its IUPAC name here. What is the IUPAC name? So we have the order: primary prefix, secondary prefix, and root word, and primary suffix and secondary suffix. Okay. Follow that order first. First, primary prefix. Let's come to primary prefix. When we use primary prefix, if the compound is like cyclic, alicyclic, like this. In this case only we use primary prefix. Is there any cyclic nature? No. So no need about primary prefix. There is no cyclic. So leave that first point. And come to second one. What about that secondary prefix? Secondary prefix indicates about substituent. Am I right? Is there any substitute here? Is there any substitute here? Chlorine is there. Chlorine acts as substituent. Am I right? Why? Halogens always act as substituent. Chlorine is substituent here. That means secondary prefix is there. On which carbon it is? Second carbon. So write that number of the carbon, second carbon. Write second dash. Okay. So which substituent present on second carbon? Chlorine. If chlorine is as substituent, then we can use chloro. Clear? So 2-chloro. First letter should be capital letter here. This dash must be after the number. First letter capital letter in English. Chloro. Chlorine is there. Chloro. 2-chloro. This means in the main parent chain, the second carbon consists chlorine. Second carbon consists chlorine. Clear? 2-chloro. Okay. Primary secondary prefix is okay. Next, after secondary prefix, what we have? Root word. Root word means it represents the number of carbon atom in the main chain. How many carbons here we have? 4 carbons. If 4 carbon is there, what is the root word? Bute. Clear? Now, next come to primary suffix. What it tells? Primary suffix means it tells about saturation or unsaturation. Am I right? Saturation means all or single bond. That means alkanes. Unsaturation means there is possibility double bond or triple bond. Am I right? Now in this compound all are single bond. Am I right? Is there any double bond or triple bond? No. All are single bond. Single bond means it is clearly alkane. Am I right? Clearly alkane. If alkane is there, at end of the name what we add? Ane is add. Ane. All are single bond. It is alkane. So root word is 4. Then bute plus ane. What did happen? Butane. Alkane. Butane. Clear, students? You should need to follow that order: primary prefix, secondary prefix. After root word we have primary suffix that represents saturation or unsaturation. Saturation means all are single bonds. Single bond means it is alkane compound. CnH2n plus 2. It's follow. Okay. So now at end of the alkanes what we add? The suffix is ane. But plus ane, butane. So now IUPAC name of this compound is 2-chlorobutane. Is it clear? Next example in this. Example 2. CH3, CH, CHBr, CH3. So the numbering is substituent gets least number from this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. No cyclic. Substituent is there. At which position? Second position. What is that substituent? Substituent bromine. So if bromine is there, what we give? Bromo. 2 bromo. First letter capital letter. 2 bromo. Next root word number of carbons in the main chain 4. 2 bromo. But 2 bromo but. All are single bond. So write butane. Clear? Next example 3 in this case. CH3, CH, in this case, how many carbons are there in the longest chain? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the longest. So give the numbering. Suppose from left to right 1, 2, 3. It gets 3. From right to left 1, 2, 3. Same 3 only. So that's your size either left or right side. Why? Because substituent gets 3 number from both sides. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then your choice it is from left or right side numbering. So now I would like to give from this side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now IUPAC name of this compound is. So is there any cyclic nature? No, no cyclic. Then we go for substituent. So what is the substituent? Bromine is there. At which carbon? Third carbon. Right. 3 bromo. First letter must be capital letter. 3 bromo. Okay, student. 3 bromo. Then come to root word. How many carbons are present in the main chain here? Totally 5 carbons. Is it clear? 5 carbons. So 5 carbon means what is the root word? Pent. 3 bromo pent. 3 bromo pent. Is there any single bond? All are single bond. There is no double bond, triple bond. Double bond is there. End of the name ene is there. If triple bond is there, ion will come. Okay, but all are single bond, so it is argued clearly. So 3 bromo pentane. Clear, all of you? 3 bromo pentane. Is it clear, ma? Everyone? Okay. So in this manner, we have to give the names to the organic compound, especially hydrocarbons, alkanes, alkynes. Okay. So in that manner, we have to follow first of all. What about alkanes, alkynes, how to write their molecular formula, follow that one, and after that follow the functional group and functional group priority order, and then how to write the IUPAC name. I gave the order: primary prefix, secondary prefix, root word, primary suffix, secondary suffix. Follow that order, very very important. Then IUPAC names rules are very very important. So first have to select longest carbon chain. Then if is there any 2 carbon chain, follow the same carbon number, same long chain. In that case we select which longest chain has maximum number of branched chains. Okay, already we discussed. That is rule number 2. Rule number 3 means what it tells here, that is lowest locant rule. If substituent is there, that substituents need to get first least locant number. Locant means where the substituent present and which carbon the substituent present at the main chain, that is called as locant, lowest locant. The substituent need to get lowest locant on the main chain. So here in that first example, 2-chlorobutane, the chlorine from right to left, it is at second carbon. From left to right, if you give the number 1 to third carbon, it is there. So the substituent must get lowest locant position. Okay, and fourth rule, lowest locant sum rule. In the case of many substituent, we consider lowest locant sum rule. What is that lowest locant sum rule? So if we can consider the lowest locant position of the substituent, then sum it. So which one gets lowest term, then we prefer to that lowest locant sum rule. Okay, lowest locant sum. Is it clear? And fifth rule, in the case of long chain, in that particular case we consider first point of difference rule, that is from first carbon to how much distance the substituent is there. So that distance is very close, then we follow that direction for giving the numbering. Okay, clear? So in that particular case we can overcome the lowest locant sum rule or violate the lowest locant sum rule also. So I gave already 2 examples regarding that. Okay, so this is the functional group table. We have so many examples here: halogen, nest, hydroxy, aldehyde, ketones. So I will continue this table. Don't close this tabular form in your notes. Continuity is there. Okay, remember that. So in that we have first here discussing about halides. Halides are always secondary prefix or substituents. In this case, how do we give the names? Okay, clear? So we will discuss about tomorrow the continuity of this topic. Okay, have a nice, very important. If we can learn these fundamentals, then very easy to study about organic chemistry. Okay, so have a nice day, students. Write the notes properly. I will check it. Okay, if you have any doubt, ask me. I will explain. Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice day.